This U came in for strap button installations and a pickup installation. So you can see me lining up the strap button, drilling a pilot hole, and then taking the drill and screwing the button in. The same process is repeated at the tail of the instrument. Then you see me moving on to the pickup system, doing a dry run. That's me marking out the unit on tape so that I can line it up. That area is going to get drilled out. This one too, that's for the output jack. So I begin to drill some initial guide holes and then around the perimeter before using a knife to carve it out. I then take the rotary tool to smooth out the edges and insert the units at both the control unit and the output jack. Then when I went to remove the saddle and check out the area where I'd be installing the piezo, I found a shim. See that there? So that's a thin piece of wood that was between the saddle and the bridge. So I removed that, and that space is going to be occupied by my piezo pickup strip. So I begin to drill holes to seat that pickup strip into the body. There you see me feeding it in and seating it. I then took the saddle and removed about 1 millimeter from the bottom of the saddle as the action was too high, and then begin to tidy up, sucking all the sawdust out before moving on. I then began to clean up the whole fingerboard and body before eventually adding lemon oil to the fingerboard to restore it, and just generally cleaning up the uke all over. I then began to sort out the output jack, also connecting that to the preamp and all the wiring together, taking that cable and tidying it up using cable ties before running one string back up just to test for issues. I then found there was a tall fret, so sanded it down a little bit. I also noticed that the slots inside the nut were pretty poor, so I took out nut slot files and refined them to fit the strings. One last bit of tidying up, screwing in all the electronics before deciding to install the new strings. So we went with some Worth Clears. See these fluorocarbon strings? The bridge has an unusual style of having 2 holes for every string, so that works for strings 4, 3, 2, but string 1 took a bit of figuring out, sending it up the other direction. Bit unusual. So I began to tune it up, leave it overnight, and then snip off the loose ends. And we're done.